Hi, my name is Robert Reich, former U.S. Secretary of Labor under Bill Clinton and now a professor of public policy here at UC Berkeley. My question is on the environment. We know now that the atmosphere can only contain a certain amount of carbon dioxide without dangerous global warming. In fact, we are experiencing dangerous global warming. But most of the proposals for doing something about this allow polluters to continue to pollute for free up to the level that they've polluted in the past, and then somehow restrict them with regard to levels of pollution above that. But doesn't it make more sense to require polluters to buy the right to use the sky, our atmosphere, this common resource, through an auction or a similar mechanism, and then use the proceeds for research into alternative non-carbon-based fuels, or to compensate all Americans for perhaps higher prices they'll have to pay because of these restrictions? In other words, an auction of carbon rather than a cap-and-trade system.
Well, Bob, that's a terrific question, and I think you get at one of the flaws that we've seen in the existing cap-and-trade system that has been used in Europe during the course of the Kyoto Protocol, and that is that the permits that were given under their cap-and-trade system were given away for free and were underpriced, and as a consequence, they have not been as effective as we needed them to be in ratcheting down the actual emissions of greenhouse gases. What I've proposed, and will be detailing over the next several weeks, is a system in which you have a cap-and-trade system that also auctions off the permits, so that we are getting the sorts of investment in creating a market for clean technologies, but we're also generating billions of dollars each and every year that we can devote to the sort of Apollo project or Manhattan project on clean energy that's so necessary. From what I've seen so far, the estimates are that we could generate tens of billions of dollars every year under an auction proposal. And with those tens of billions of dollars, not only are we investing in basic research and science around solar and wind and how we make that more efficient, we can also train an entire new generation of scientists and engineers around the pursuit of cleaner energy. And that's something that, as you know, is absolutely necessary in order for us to be competitive on the world stage. Also, if we are developing these new energy sources, clean coal technology, improving the use of solar, biomass, and other strategies, we can not only create jobs in the United States, but we can export some of those technologies to countries like China and India, and it's going to be critical in order for getting our greenhouse gases down, to get them involved in this process. But we've got to lead, and that's something that we haven't seen from the last president. That's what I plan to do as President of the United States.